Yo, what it is, Rebel Gamers? Welcome to another episode of Mo's Matinee. We got another double fucking feature for you guys this week, and our theme is science, so it only makes sense that we start with Weird Science. Weird Science was directed by John Hughes and produced by Joel Silver. It was written by John Hughes and based on Weird Science by EC Comics. It was distributed by Universal Pictures and released on August 2nd, 1985. The best way that I can describe Weird Science is it's one part 80s teen comedy and one part science fiction adventure. Essentially the deal is these two nerdy kids that get picked on a bunch and aren't very well respected decide to build a super hot fucking chick with the use of their computer. Doesn't make sense, doesn't really need to, it's just a device to further the purpose of this movie, which is wacky hijinks and awesome 80s fun. Through hanging out with this chick, they develop a little bit more self-confidence and learn a thing or two about themselves, and all type of craziness ensues. The finale of Weird Science is one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen. There is a little bit of adult content in this, but it's nothing you should be afraid of showing to your kids. Highly recommend getting out there and checking this out. Watch it again if you've already seen it. Watch it for the first time if you haven't. And just appreciate how fucking beautiful this girl is. Probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Don't worry, we're gonna get right back into the shit, but we gotta get our discussion topic out of the way. Our discussion topic this week is comfort movies. Much like comfort food that sticks to the ribs and just warms your soul, makes you feel at home, you can get a similar feeling from movies. I've done discussion topics similar to this with video games on my personal channel, but it makes even more sense with movies. Sometimes you're sick, or sometimes you're hungover, or sometimes you're just feeling blue, and you got those movies you can put on that will just sort of turn that fucking frown upside down, baby. Or they're just super relaxing. For me, those movies go Land Before Time, Forrest Gump, and Dances with Wolves, in no particular order. So go ahead and let me know in the comments below some movies that have a similar effect on you sexy bastards. Our second film of the evening is Inner Space. It was directed by Joe Dante, produced by Michael Fennell with a story by Chip Prosser. It was distributed by Warner Brothers and released on July 1st, 1987. Inner Space is just an awesome, wacky, science gone wrong movie. Basically, Dennis Quaid is a test pilot, and he's going through this experimental project where they're supposed to shrink him down in his ship and inject him into this bunny rabbit. Through various crazy circumstances, he ends up injected into Martin Short's ass instead. Basically, they gotta run away from these fucking, corporate espionage type people that are trying to come in there and steal this whole procedure. As you can imagine, shit gets hilarious and pretty fucking crazy. There's a whole love interest thing going on, kind of a love triangle, if you will. And it's just an incredibly fun movie. The last time I watched this, I actually watched it twice back to back because I enjoyed it so much and I hadn't seen it in a while. It's that good, so get out there and check it out, especially with your kids. You guys will have a blast. That's about it, guys. That's all we got for you this week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Tune back in next week for a music-themed episode, where we're going to do some movies that, in some way or another, have to do with music. Should be a good time. One of them is a recommendation from fellow club member Nick Grandchamp. Thanks for recommending a movie. Any of you guys ever want to suggest a movie for me to talk about, just toss it down there. I'll get to it eventually.